Discover the incredible journey of friendship, 3 life-changing moments that exposed hidden truths. The sun dipped low in the sky, spilling vibrant oranges and purples over Sarah's modest home. Inside, she was wrapping up a long week, her hands calloused from balancing 2 jobs and caring for her gifted teenage son, Ethan. As she poured her heart into every late-night meal and scraped together every penny, her thoughts were interrupted by a ping on her phone. It was Kevin, her childhood friend. A wave of nostalgia washed over her. Kevin, now a successful businessman, wanted to catch up. Their first meeting was a whirlwind of laughter, old memories, and comforting familiarity. But the spark of life they once knew had transformed into something bittersweet. They started discussing how to give back to their community and quickly decided to host a charity event for underprivileged kids. With every brainstorming session, hope bubbled between them, a bright light breaking through life's struggles. Then came the murmurs. "Isn't it sweet they think they can help?" they heard whispered at the grocery store. "What do they know about our world?" Behind smiles, people judged, the fractures in their suburban paradise exposed. Sarah felt the sting, these were her neighbors, yet they looked right past her. But she pressed on, reminding Kevin that wealth didn't shape a person, it was the giving heart that mattered. Around this time, Ethan faced his own struggles. Bullied at school for their financial situations, he came home defeated, tears brimming in his eyes. Sarah felt a tightness in her chest, the kind that made breathing hard. It hurt to see her son wrestle with the same injustices she felt from their community. Kevin, watching from the sidelines, wanted to help but didn't know how to bridge the chasm between worlds. "Let me support your event," he offered one afternoon, his voice laced with sincerity. But stubborn pride welled up in Sarah. She didn't want to feel like a charity case. She waved him off, insisting she could manage on her own. The tension between them grew palpable. Days ticked by, filled with unspoken words and clenched fists. Just when they needed everything to go right, a sudden storm rolled in, unleashing a fury that threatened to rip apart the charity event, their dream of saving the children hanging by a thread. Watching the winds howl outside, Kevin was struck by a gut-wrenching decision. Would he risk losing everything he built to stand by Sarah? Before we continue, I need to let you know about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, hit that bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can drop a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now let's continue. With darkness settling and electrical currents buzzing in the air, feelings of failure and loss collided. Sarah stood at the edge of her modest little world, trying to steady herself. This wasn't just about the event, it was everything they hoped to achieve together, woven into the fabric of their community. Could they unite their lives? Could they bring the fractured pieces of their worlds together to uplift the community that had forgotten about them? The storm raged on outside, leaving an air of uncertainty. What would happen next? Would their renewed friendship shatter, or could it rise from the ashes of doubt? The gusts of wind howled like distant cries for help, rattling the windows of Sarah's home. She felt the storm mirroring the turmoil in her heart. What if all their plans crumbled alongside the weather? She hugged her arms around herself, battling against the chill that snuck in not just from the rain lashing outside, but from fear and doubt churning within. Ethan, usually so spirited, had retreated to his room, probably skimming through a gaming forum, trying to escape. Sarah wanted to be there for him, to comfort him as he faced the challenges of adolescence and bullying, but now she felt caught in a different struggle, the one with her pride and her past. Outside, the storm's intensity surged. The trees danced frantically, branches waving like desperate hands reaching for shelter. Just a few weeks ago, there had been laughter between her and Kevin, their enthusiasm spilling over at the thought of making a difference. She should have known the weight of those ambitions could come crashing down. Taking a deep breath, she planted herself in front of the window, her eyes locked on the chaos outside. She had always been the rock, a steadfast presence, but in this moment, she felt her foundation cracking. What could she do if the storm destroyed their plans? What good was she if she couldn't turn this situation around? Suddenly, a loud thud at the door broke her reverie. Startled, she pulled away from the window as the door swung open, revealing Kevin, drenched and breathless. He stood there, dripping wet but determined, his hair plastered to his forehead. "Sarah!" he shouted over the wind's roar, "I came to check on you." Before she could fully process his sudden appearance, he bolted inside, shaking off droplets like a wet dog. His eyes found hers, filled with urgency. "We need to talk. Fast." "What is going on?" she asked, her heart quickening. Was he here to tell her it was hopeless? "The charity event is at risk, but I have an idea. Together, we can save it." His voice was unwavering, as if the storm outside didn't even exist. He stepped closer, the warmth radiating from him a stark contrast to the icy atmosphere. "But how?" she pressed, shaken by her own doubts but willing to listen. He took a step forward. "We can move the event indoors. My company has space we can borrow. I'll rally my team to get things organized. We can make this work if you let me help you." Sarah felt the tension in her chest loosen slightly, but it was still tethered by the fear of accepting help, of admitting she couldn't do it all alone. And what if it's too late? What if no one shows up? Kevin shook his head. "The community needs this. They need you, Sarah. We need to show them we care and that we're here for each other." His words ignited something in her, a tiny flicker of hope. Maybe they could turn this storm into a chance for unity, a way to break the chains of judgment that bound them. She looked deep into his eyes, seeing determination reflected back at her. Could it really happen? Could they, two people from very different walks of life, stand together against all odds? "All right," she breathed, heart thumping with a mix of excitement and fear. "Let us do this together." As they prepared for the uphill battle ahead, the storm outside didn't seem as ferocious anymore. Instead, it felt like a challenge they would tackle together, step by step. Would they find strength not just in their dreams but also in each other's presence? But just as they began to brainstorm a plan, the electricity flickered and died, plunging them into darkness. The harsh reality hit. Would they be able to rise above this, or would the storm extinguish their hopes for good? The darkness pressed in around them, thick and unsettling. Sarah's heart raced as the power cut out completely, leaving only the sound of rain battering against the windows and the relentless wind echoing through the house. "Do you have a flashlight?" she asked, her voice barely breaking through the roar outside. "Yeah, just a second." Kevin rummaged through his backpack, his fingers moving deftly until he finally pulled out a small, flickering beam that cast shadows dancing on the walls. His face was illuminated for just a moment, revealing determination mixed with an almost boyish charm. "We can't let a little darkness stop us," he said with a grin that was just a touch too bright for someone standing in a torrential storm. "We need to focus on our next steps." Sarah took a deep breath and nodded, driven by his energy. She felt her own fear dissipating slightly as she leaned closer. "Right. If we're moving the event indoors, we need to figure out how to spread the word quickly." "Social media," Kevin exclaimed, his eyes lighting up. "I can post updates from my phone. I have a decent following. People will want to know something positive is happening amidst all this mess." He moved, tapping away on his device, breaking the silence that had settled in. "Okay, but we also need to think about the logistics," Sarah said, feeling the thrill of planning materializing in her chest. "We need tables, chairs, decorations, everything." And in that moment, as Kevin tapped away at his phone, she felt it, a camaraderie she hadn't expected. They both were in this together, working toward a common goal, and for the first time in a long while, she felt a connection that went beyond their past, beyond her fears. He paused, looking up, his expression serious. "Sarah, about the community. They need someone to inspire them. They need to see us making this happen. I know, she replied, painfully aware of the stakes. But what if they see us fail? What if they laugh? He moved closer, his flashlight beam catching her face. You can't worry about that. This is about more than just this event. It's about showing them life can still be good, even when it feels stormy. That's why we need to push through. His words resonated deeply within Sarah, mingling with fears and hopes alike. Could they be that force of change? She shook her head, squeezing her hands tightly. Okay, let us get started, she finally said, giving herself over to the collaboration. They outlined their plans, shouting suggestions over the howling wind. The room buzzed with the thrill of possibility. With each idea, a little more clarity broke through the fog of doubt. Sarah could feel the storm outside starting to lose its grip on her heart. As they walked through the various tasks, a loud crack of thunder rattled the windows, and for a moment, silence enveloped them. Kevin steadied the flashlight, letting its cool beam illuminate the scattered papers on the table. And then, with tremors in his voice, he said, "You know, I've been bullied too. It's hard, feeling like you don't belong." Her heart squeezed as a rush of empathy washed over her. They both were more alike than she'd realized. In this shared vulnerability, something more profound began to form between them, a thread of understanding. "Thank you for telling me," she said, warmth flooding her chest. "I thought I was the only one feeling alone." As their gazes locked, an unspoken bond forged in their struggles began to intertwine them deeper than the storm ever could. But just then, loud shouts echoed from the street outside. A group of teenagers was laughing, drenching one another in rainwater, reckless and carefree. The contrast was stark against the storm brewing inside from their conversations. "Maybe," Kevin began, considering the shifting atmosphere outside. "What?" Sarah prompted, sensing that he had a thought forming. "We need that spirit at our event. Not just to rally people together, but to encourage them to see that they can laugh through the storm too." An exciting thrill bubbled up in her. What if they could transform the evening into a beacon of hope? But deep down, the doubt loomed again. Would they really be able to bring people together in the aftermath of the storm? "There's no turning back now," she said, a smile creeping onto her face as they steeled themselves for the challenge ahead. As they laid out their plans with newfound vigor, something flickered inside Sarah, a light igniting against the backdrop of uncertainty. But would the community embrace this idea, or would the storms of their past linger in the shadows? With their resolve cemented, silence settled over them again, but the faint sound of laughter outside surged through the air, filling the darkness of the room with a promise of light. As they worked tirelessly, Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that Tuesdays often brought unexpected revelations. But what she didn't expect was how close they were to unraveling a mystery that could change everything. The laughter from outside resonated against the ominous backdrop of the storm. It stoked a flicker of determination in Sarah's chest. She glanced at Kevin, whose brow was furrowed in thought, as if the echoes of joy outside had sparked a revelation in him. "Should we take it outside?" Kevin suggested, a hint of excitement creeping into his voice. "I mean, if kids can have fun in this weather, maybe we can harness that energy somehow." Sarah bit her lip, weighing the risks. "That's risky. We still have to think about safety. What if someone gets hurt?" "I get that," Kevin replied, his eyes brightening with the thought. "But it might send a message. Life isn't perfect, and we can still find joy amidst the chaos. We might actually inspire them. And who knows, they might want to help us with the event." His enthusiasm was infectious, and Sarah found herself nodding despite her initial reservations. "You're right. It could be an opportunity to spread what we're trying to do, to make them believe in the community spirit we're aiming for." The storm continued to rage outside, wind whipping at the trees, but inside, warmth bloomed between them as if they were unknowingly aligning their hearts and hopes. Kevin moved toward the window, squinting out into the dim light. "Maybe we can set up a small gathering." He turned back to Sarah, passion lighting his features. Something like a mini rally, right there in the rain. Just a few announcements, maybe some music. People love a little spontaneity. Sarah let the idea roll around in her mind. A mini rally. It was brave, a little wild, but she could feel the thrill of something unpredictable taking form. You know what? We could make it a fun competition, a dance-off or something silly. It could break the ice, give everyone something to talk about. Yes. Kevin's voice lifted, and he clasped his hands in excitement. We could add a social media challenge. Film their best rain dance moves, and we could highlight winners in our posts. As they brainstormed, the energy between them surged. Airy giggles and spontaneous laughter spilled over their conversations. With each shared idea, the fear and unease faded further into the background. The storm outside rattled the windows, but inside, a clearer goal crystallized. Let us grab supplies. Kevin shouted suddenly, jumping up. If we're going outside, we need tarps, extra lights, anything that'll make it feel festive. Sarah followed, her heart racing with newfound zeal. I'll grab my art supplies, we can make some colorful signs. As they hurried through the house, gathering items for their impromptu gathering, Sarah was acutely aware of how much this moment was stretching her. She had always been the cautious one, the planner who dreaded spontaneity. But here she was, caught up in the thrill of the unknown. They stepped outside together, the rain hammering down in a relentless rhythm. The sound energized them, and the laughter and shouts nearby seemed to beckon them to join. Okay, just be careful, Kevin cautioned as they navigated through puddles. We need to make this fun, but not reckless. I know, Sarah chuckled, cautiously leaping over a particularly deep puddle. Let us make sure we all come back dry, or at least as dry as we can be. As they reached the patch of grass where the teenagers were celebrating, Sarah's heart was a flurry of excitement and nervous tension. It was now or never. Hey, everyone! Kevin called out, his voice cutting through the chaos. The group turned, a mix of surprise and curiosity flashing across their faces. We're putting together a mini rally. Who's up for some fun in the rain? As Sarah stepped forward, ready to embrace the chaos, she caught a glimpse of something beyond the crowd, the flash of an unfamiliar figure standing at the edge of the storm, watching quietly. With a sudden shiver warming her spine, she wondered if they were truly ready for the unexpected twists ahead. Who could that person be? And how would this spontaneous gathering change everything they were working for? Emboldened by the laughter around her, Sarah took a breath. It was time to dive in deeper than she ever had before. Kevin's voice echoed back through the rain, drawing the teenagers in closer. They squinted through the downpour, their faces transforming from confusion to eagerness, an electric atmosphere forming as they shared glances and whispers. Okay, who's in? Kevin shouted, his eyes sparkling with mischief. A few hands shot up, and laughter erupted as one teenager slipped in a puddle, splashing everyone nearby. Guess that's a yes. Sarah laughed, her heart lifting. This was more than just rain, it was a chance to unite. She stepped forward, inhaling the cool, fresh scent of wet grass and excitement. We'll have a dance-off, winners can get some goodies. Who cares about the goodies? Shouted a girl with bright pink rain boots, an infectious grin spreading across her face. Let us just dance. Sarah's spirit soared. This was it. The crowd began to sway to the rhythm of rain against the ground, energy swirling like the wind around them. All right. Kevin clapped his hands. Let us set up a DIY stage. We need to make this rally happen. With that, a wave of encouragement surged through the group. They began scrambling to gather empty boxes, signs, and anything that could create a space for their gathering. It turned into a frenzy of laughter and chatter as they all pitched in, drenched but animated. Sarah and Kevin took charge, their enthusiasm driving everyone forward. Music flowed from someone's phone, and soon enough, the first tentative dancers ventured out onto the makeshift stage, a wooden crate that seemed to float effortlessly above the rain-soaked ground. Let's kick things off with a practice round. Kevin encouraged, his voice raised over the rain. Dance like no one else watching. With that, laughter erupted, and memories were forged in the storm. A boy doing the worm slid right through the puddles, drawing cheers and applause. One by one, others joined in, their nervousness melting in the rhythm of the rain and laughter. Sarah watched, her heart swelling with hope. The community spirit was alive, filling the air with something magical. But just as she began to lose herself in the moment, she felt a pull of awareness. The figure from the edge of the crowd was still there, standing solemnly, untouched by the joy that swirled around them. "Hey!" Sarah called, momentarily breaking away from the fun. The group paused, some shifting their focus to the newcomer. "You should join us. We're all just here to have a good time." The figure hesitated, their face shrouded in shadow. A flicker of uncertainty passed across their expression, and for a heartbeat, Sarah felt an unsettling connection, a sense that they too held a story that needed to be shared. "What is your name?" she pressed, taking a step forward. Then, to her surprise, they began to walk towards her, slowly emerging from the rain. The laughter around them faded as curiosity swelled. "I'm Alex," they said quietly, their voice barely cutting through the storm. Just as Sarah opened her mouth to respond, Kevin nudged her playfully, his eyes sparkling with mischief. "What's the hold-up? We need to get back to the fun." But Sarah felt a tug in her heart, a quiet urgency to see where this was going. "Wait. Alex, are you here alone?" she asked, her voice softer now, wanting to bridge the distance. Alex looked uncertain, but behind that uncertainty, a flicker of warmth returned. "Yeah, I guess I thought it'd be better to find a quiet spot. Didn't he expect this? Then why don't you join us?" Sarah gestured to the chaos behind her. "We're about to have a dance-off. You might even win a prize." For the first time, Alex smiled. It was cautious, but it was a start, and as they stepped closer, joining the crowd, Sarah felt the weight of something within her shift. Had they just set off a chain reaction, a bond waiting to unfold? As the music drowned out the downpour, Sarah's heart raced, eager to see what else this night held. Would Alex's presence change the dynamic? What was brewing beneath the surface of their quiet demeanor? Each heartbeat drummed against the thunder outside. The storm was only beginning, and who knew the secrets it might reveal? The rain began to ease, letting soft showers sprinkle the ground as the energy of the teenagers intensified. Laughter and squeals blended into the rhythm of the music, creating a vibrant echo that danced through the air. Sarah watched Alex as they stepped hesitantly into the circle, surrounded by the laughter and excitement of the others. A small group had gathered, and they all eyed Alex with genuine curiosity. "Simon, let us show them what you've got," Kevin called out, already in the center of the impromptu stage, arms outstretched as he encouraged them to step forward. With a slow, tentative movement, Alex took a spot next to him. The pressure to perform hovered in the air, thickening the atmosphere, but there was something infectious about Kevin's energy. They began to sway, mimicking the rhythm of the raindrops still falling around them. "See. You're already dancing," Sarah encouraged, her heart racing with hope. The crowd cheered them on, clapping to the beat. Slowly, Alex's movements became less guarded, but it was clear their shyness battled with a spark ready to ignite. Just then, a familiar face from the crowd, Megan, a girl known for her unstoppable dance moves, jumped forward. "All right, let us show Alex how it's done." With a burst of enthusiasm, Megan leaped into a spontaneous spin, her long hair throwing droplets everywhere and causing everyone to erupt in glee. "Jump in, Alex. Just let loose," Sarah gushed, her heart pounding with the urgency of the moment. Encouraged by the rhythm, Alex tried a few playful steps, teetering between embarrassment and exhilaration. The crowd caught onto Alex's struggle, cheering louder with every hesitant sway they made. And then something remarkable happened. As the music pumped through the air, Alex found their groove, swaying and spinning, their initial apprehension melting away like the rain around them. The crowd erupted into cheers, a palpable energy flickering like a flame. Sarah felt her cheeks flush with joy, witnessing Alex transform before her eyes. "See!" Kevin shouted, "You've got this." Alex let out a laugh, a sound that seemed to resonate deeper now, a connection that warmed the hearts of those around. Suddenly, they were not just a quiet figure at the edge but a part of something larger, something beautiful. As the songs shifted from upbeat tunes to slower, soulful rhythms, couples paired off to dance. Sarah caught a glimpse of Alex glancing towards her, a question flashing in their eyes. She took a step forward, opening her arms. "Would you like to dance?" she asked, the connection between them unspooling like the ribbons of their laughter in the rain. Alex hesitated for just a moment before stepping forward, a small smile blooming on their face. "I'd like that," they murmured, and in that moment, the crowd melted around them, leaving just the two of them floating on their own little island amidst the celebration. They swayed together, their surroundings fading away, and Sarah felt a rush of warmth in her chest. Alex's gentle touch on her wrist sent butterflies fluttering through her stomach. But as they danced, the atmosphere shifted suddenly. A crack of thunder echoed through the night, a looming reminder that the storm was still present. Sarah felt a hint of tension in Alex's grip, a flicker of fear buried beneath the joy. "Hey, everything okay?" she asked softly, searching Alex's eyes for reassurance. As Alex opened their mouth to respond, the crowd erupted in a new cheer. A challenge had been thrown: who would take the lead in the next dance-off round? "It's your turn to shine, Alex," Sarah said, her heart hopeful but aware of the flicker of uncertainty in Alex's gaze. Could they truly step into the spotlight, fully embraced by this burgeoning friendship? The music thrummed as a weight of expectation lingered in the air. Would Alex find the courage to seize the moment? Her pulse quickened. One thing was certain: the true dance-off was just beginning, and the storm had secrets yet to unveil. The energy of the crowd surged, anticipation crackling in the air. Alex's eyes darted around, assessing the shadowy figures of their peers, who waited eagerly for a sign. The laughter and cheers blended into a wave of sound, urging them forward. In that moment, doubt clawed at Alex's heart, but it mingled with a burgeoning sense of possibility. Could they really take the plunge? "Just be yourself," Sarah whispered, her voice like a soothing balm against Alex's anxiety. Her unwavering support filled Alex with newfound courage. They took a deep breath, steadying the flutter of nerves. What if they did this? What if they could embrace the moment? As the beat dropped and the crowd clapped in rhythm, Alex made a choice. They would step into the light, revealing the colors of their spirit. A smile broke free, and they stepped forward, feeling the weight of expectation transform into excitement. "Here goes nothing," they murmured to themselves. With a burst of adrenaline, Alex began to dance, moving to the infectious beat that echoed around them. The raindrops fell lightly, almost as if they were a part of the melody, tapping in time. The crowd roared with approval, their cheers merging into a pulsating heartbeat. Alex felt the familiar flutter of anxiety wash away, replaced by a rush of warmth spreading through them. "Go, Alex!" Kevin shouted, his voice buoyant and full of life. Alex danced with abandon, throwing off layers of hesitation. Feet shuffled, arms waved freely, and their laughter became part of the music. The rain draped them like an embrace, and in that swirling moment, not a shred of doubt remained. Megan jumped in alongside them, her fluid movements blending perfectly with Alex's newfound confidence. Together, they created a vibrant duet of energy, a dynamic interplay of joy and motion. With every sway and spin, Alex's heart soared higher, flooding with a sense of acceptance and belonging. But just as the excitement reached its peak, a sharp crack of thunder echoed ominously, sending a shiver down Alex's spine. The storm was a relentless background character in their night, neither fading nor yielding. Glancing towards Sarah, Alex saw her face light up with concern, a reminder of the storm lurking in their thoughts. "Don't let it get to you. Sarah encouraged through a wide grin, her eyes sparkling with belief. You own this. That encouragement anchored Alex. They remembered the warmth they felt dancing with Sarah earlier, the joy of connecting without barriers. With a new surge of determination, Alex pulled back from the swirling chaos of the crowd, finding their own rhythm. Taking a moment, they scanned the faces surrounding them, those grinning, encouraging, full of life. This was their stage. Let us take it up a notch. Alex shouted, channeling the exhilaration around them. The thunder was drowned out, lost among the melody. They turned to Kevin and Megan, beckoning them to join. It became a free-for-all, a mix of styles and movements, laughter spraying like rain. As Alex let go, caught up in the joy of the moment, they realized something profound. It wasn't just about dancing, it was about connection, about being seen and accepting that lightness inside. Even with the storm above, they felt invincible. But just as they locked eyes with Sarah, a shift in the crowd caught their attention. A shadow fell over the light of the festival, and the music faltered. Eyes turned slowly toward the horizon, where dark clouds churned ominously. What is happening? Someone whispered. The laughter stilled, tension building again, eclipsing the joyous atmosphere. Sarah squeezed Alex's hand, concern woven into the fabric of their grip. Stay close, she murmured, uncertainty flickering at the edges of her smile. And in that moment, under the swirling storm and fading music, Alex felt a sinking sensation. What could those skies hide? What other truths awaited them tonight? A thick silence engulfed the crowd, a collective intake of breath as they turned to face the ominous horizon. The joy of dancing felt like a distant memory, as if the storm had snatched it away and cast a shadow over their vibrant night. Thunder rolled again, low and growling, a reminder of nature's unpredictable power. Guys, maybe we should, Kevin started, glancing nervously at the dark clouds. The energy that had once surged now seemed fragile, teetering at the edge of fear. No. Alex said, the word bursting forth with surprising strength. We can't let it stop us. Their voice quivered slightly, but the resolve was there. The last thing they wanted was to be swallowed by anxiety or to be weighed down by the looming storm. But even as Alex spoke, doubt slithered back in. The winds picked up, rustling the trees nearby as if they too sensed the tension. Sarah shifted, her grip tightening on Alex's hand. In that moment, they both felt a pulse of uncertainty run between them, reminiscent of a beat, one that echoed through their hearts. Look! Megan pointed at the now darkened horizon. Uncertain shapes writhed like specters, creeping closer. The music began to fade away, a distant memory slipping from reach. Alex squinted, eyebrows furrowing in confusion. What are we looking at? They asked, their heart racing. There is something out there. Megan exclaimed. Whispers of concern rippled through the crowd, faces now painted with confusion and anxiety. Deep down, Alex felt that need to protect the moment they had created together, the dance, the laughter, everything that had highlighted their evening. What if we stay and see? They implored the group, heart pounding. Are you sure? Sarah's brow furrowed, worry etched across her features. Together, right? Alex nodded, their determination flooding back. There was magic in doing this as a unit, of facing whatever might come together. But before anyone could respond, a blinding flash lit the darkening sky. Gasps rose from the crowd, someone stumbled back, eyes wide with fear. The storm was no longer just a backdrop, it was dangerously real, and its energy crackled like electricity in the air. Let us move. Kevin's voice rose over the din, urgency painting every word. But Alex hesitated. They could feel the weight of the moment, the potential against the storm. Wait! Alex shouted, staving off the panic. They stepped forward, drawing on every ounce of that earlier confidence. This is still our night. We won't let it steal our joy. But as they spoke, another rumble of thunder raced through, reverberating in their chest, shaking even their bravest intentions. Suddenly, out of the shadows, figures began to emerge. They moved steadily, faces lit by the bizarre glow from the distant storm, seeming almost as if they were beings from another world. Who are they?" Sarah whispered, fear threading through her voice. Before Alex could respond, those figures burst through the shadows, their presence radiating an energy that twisted and churned the emotions within the crowd. It was not the storm that threatened them, but a challenge, a beckoning that promised secrets long held back. As the illumination from the storm flickered, Alex felt a tug in their heart, a call to step into the unknown. This was more than just a storm, it was a turning point. What's waiting out there? Alex asked themselves, a mix of curiosity and fear swirling inside. Their stake in the moment was rising. Would they confront what lay ahead, or shrink back into uncertainty? And as they returned to the group, the shadows surged closer, whispering promises that danced on the edge of the wind. What truths were hidden there, waiting to change everything? The figures slid into focus, their edges soft yet strangely defined against the swirling darkness. They weren't just shadows, they were people, or at least, they had that semblance. Alex took a hesitant step forward, heart racing, each beat a drum echoing in the charged air. The storm crackled above, but it was no longer a mere backdrop, it was an angry beast looming, as if it too was curious about the unfolding scene. "Who are you?" Alex shouted over the thunder, their voice shaky yet firm, the tension weaving through the crowd like an invisible thread. One figure stepped forward, a tall outline with bright eyes that seemed to catch the flashes from the storm like stars in a night sky. "We are the Seekers," the figure replied, their voice clear and melodic, cutting through the chaos. "We've come to guide you." There was a warmth in their gaze that pushed against the cold weight of fear hanging in the air. "Guide us?" Kevin echoed, skepticism tinging his tone. "Guide us where? Into that storm?" "No," Sarah interjected, squeezing Alex's hand tighter, her voice rising as doubt crept in once more. "We should listen. What if they mean harm? Or what if they offer answers?" Alex's voice held a note of challenge, a flicker of the strength they had grasped earlier. They turned their attention back to the figures, feeling a strange pull towards them. "Tell us why you're here." The leading figure stepped closer, and for an instant, Alex felt as if the storm had quieted. "What you fear is merely a reflection of your own doubts. The truth waits beyond." "What truth?" Megan nearly shouted, her eyes wide with anxiety, but Alex could see it, hope flickering like a candle in the wind, battling against the darkness that threatened to snuff it out. "Your own," the figure replied, as another flash of lightning illuminated their surroundings. Alex saw a hint of compassion in those bright eyes, a reminder of all the laughter and love they had shared that night, just moments ago. "Look inside yourselves," the figure continued. "You each hold the key to finding joy, even amid chaos. But to unlock it, you must be willing to confront your fears." A silence, heavy as lead, settled over the crowd. Most were staring at the intruders in shock and disbelief, while Alex felt their insides twist with butterflies and anxious but exciting flutter. Could this really be an opportunity to understand not just their fears but something larger? "I say we listen," Alex declared, their voice gaining strength. "We owe it to ourselves and to this night. We've fought too hard to let doubt steal our joy." The crowd murmured, uncertainty mingling with a rising string of hope. They exchanged glances, analyses flitting across their features as the shadows loomed closer, inviting them into the unknown. Sarah's voice trembled, caught between apprehension and trust. Together, Alex said softly, looking around at their friends. "We can do this together." An icy gust of wind swept through, a chill wrapping around them like an unwelcome embrace. The figures beckoned, and the pulse of their emotions surged: fear, anticipation, longing. Alex stepped forward into the swirling light, compelled by a force deeper than they could comprehend. What would they discover if they took that next step? Would the answers provide solace, or would they awaken specters of their past? The crowd held its collective breath, hearts pounding in unison. Fear and excitement danced hand in hand. And as the first drops of rain began to fall, mingling with the electricity crackling in the air, the figures beckoned once more, urging them to venture forth. Would they leave behind the familiar and embrace what lay ahead? The answer felt tantalizingly close, hanging in the air like the last notes of a fading song. The rain fell softly now, a gentle whisper compared to the earlier storm. The crowd watched, transfixed, as Alex stepped further into the unknown, heart racing but filled with a sense of purpose. They could feel the energy of their friends behind them, a tapestry of support and shared doubt wrapped around them like a security blanket. "Alex!" Sarah called out, her voice slightly faltering but steady enough to carry across the dimly lit space. "Just know we believe in you." Those words ignited a spark within Alex. They turned back to face the crowd, seeing the fear in their eyes but also understanding. They were all stepping into uncharted territory together. With newfound resolve, Alex took another step toward the mysterious figures. "What do we need to do?" They could feel the weight of anticipation settle over them, filling the air with a palpable charge. The leading figure straightened, their vibrant eyes glowing even brighter against the gloomy backdrop. "Face your truths," they urged gently, offering an outstretched palm. "Look within, understand who you are and what binds you." The crowd remained silent, uncertainty swirling in the atmosphere. Alex knew what it felt like to sit on the edge, weighed down by self-doubt and pressures. But this was different. It was an opportunity to embrace vulnerability, to share not only joys but fears and scars too. Together, Alex called out, glancing back over their shoulder, rallying not just for themselves, but for everyone present. "We can do this together. No one gets left behind." A ripple of energy surged through the group. Kevin stepped up beside Alex, nodding. "We've leaned on each other this entire journey. Let us embrace whatever comes next." Slowly, one by one, others found their courage, moving closer to the figures engulfed in shadows. "Let us see what we're really made of." Megan shouted, her adventurous spirit catching fire among others. As they gathered, the figures began to profile themselves, stepping forward to reveal myriad faces filled with kindness and resilience. Each figure embodied different emotions, representing joy, sorrow, courage, and laughter, and they glimmered like stars, each unique yet equally powerful. "Let yourself be seen," one figure spoke, their voice heavy yet soothing. "Each one of you carries a unique story. Embrace it, acknowledge it. That is how you will find your light amidst the storm." The crowd edged closer, feelings of confusion and uncertainty morphing into curiosity and understanding. Laughter still echoed from earlier, faint but present, intermingling with the confidence now growing inside them. "Let us take a moment," Kevin suggested, turning to the group. "To share. To be vulnerable and open." He looked at each friend, the familiarity of their bonds lending courage to the moment. "Who wants to start?" Sarah spoke up, her voice stronger than before. In that silence, a spark ignited. One by one, stories unfolded. Each confession echoed in the air, a weave of laughter and sadness, reminders of their shared humanity. "I've always felt like an outsider," one boy admitted, his voice trembling. "But tonight, I realized I don't have to be alone." "I feared rejection," a girl shared, her tone genuine and clear, "but now I see strength in being open." With every exchange, feelings of connection wrapped around them like the warmth of a summer day. Vulnerabilities shed like heavy raincoats, washing away worries. Alex felt a tangible shift, an electric energy, as if they all resonated on the same frequency, echoing through their shared experiences. As the storm drifted off into the distance, Alex looked at each of their friends' comrades. They had grown together, shaped by their struggles. "This isn't just about tonight," Alex said, their voice steady, emboldened by what had transpired. "We truly have the power to change how we see ourselves and others. We're stronger together." With that, the figures moved closer, melding into the very fabric of the group, reflecting the light that was kindled from within. "Remember," one figure whispered softly. Every storm reveals something new. Let your scars shine, that's where true beauty lies. And just like that, the layers of fear and doubt lifted. They felt buoyant, buoyed by their openness, and the sky crackled with newfound hope, the clouds gradually breaking apart as the moon began to peek through. Alex turned back toward the crowd, and suddenly, it wasn't just about what lay ahead or the shadows that had haunted them. It was about facing fears head-on, dancing in the rain, allowing laughter to trickle down like twinkling stars, and knowing they could tread through any storm together. The light shone brighter, bathing them all in warmth. Alex couldn't help but smile. They had never felt more alive than at this very moment. As the figures dispersed, merging back into the comforting embrace of the crowd, laughter erupted again. The music filtered back in, joining the melodies of the night. Sparks of creativity replaced uncertainty, new ideas flowed, suggestions bloomed, and soon the dance-off was revitalized, now a celebration of not just their shared experiences but the discovery of their inner strengths. "Let us dance for joy!" Kevin shouted, and joy erupted in abundance as they rallied together in a swirling formation. Finally, they were united. They were a tapestry woven from different threads, sharing laughter, joy, fear, and hope, ready to face the world outside this storm. Because now they understood that every storm held potential, that the essence of community, of friendship, was built not just on laughter but in sharing every piece of ourselves, embracing and conquering the fears that tried to hold them back. In that moment, Alex finally felt whole, not just seen but cherished for who they were. Now it was their time to shine. And just like that, they danced. If this story spoke to your heart, you need to subscribe now to our channel for more exclusive stories. This is the moment to show your support. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm and keep this community growing. Comment below your reactions and feelings about this ending. Let's share our thoughts. Share instantly this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this transformation. Don't wait not even one more second to share. Together, we can keep this inspiring journey alive.